So why have you decided to step down as president?
Well, do you know, I initially started to do a year, and we said, oh, well, we'll see how it goes and how it fits in with your time and this, that and the other. And if I'm brutally honest, it's purely a time thing. I mean, you know, there's such an incredibly creative bunch, enthusiastic bunch, and I'm an all or nothing kind of guy. And I either say, look, I'll give you all of my time, or, you know, because they deserve so much more, to be honest with you, than what I can offer. And so it purely is a time thing. And I'm so proud to have seen everything that they've achieved over 2 years. Like I say, I initially set out to do one. And so, yeah, but I am leaving with an incredibly heavy heart, because, you know, you come to meetings like this and you see the reality. There's 4,000 young farmers here, and you just know, you know, the commitment that they have to this organisation is incredible. And so, yeah, with a heavy heart, I stepped down. However, you know, as I was just saying to everybody there, this doesn't mean that my connection is over by any means, because I'm still going to promote them in exactly the same way as I do, and shout their name from the rooftops and put them on Countryfile as much as I possibly can. And so, yeah, so I'm still a massive supporter, and I always will be. So, you know, in that way, I'm certainly not stepping down, but I just will not be called president anymore.
Okay, and how do you feel personally that you've helped young farmers as your time as a president?
Really pleased, actually, and I'm pleased that it's worked out. And, you know, I'm forever with Countryfile. Every week I'll go in and say, okay, so what's the young farmer's perspective on this? You know, what can we do here? And, you know, we're always kind of trying to spice up all of our, you know, reports and this, that and the other with the future of the, you know, the young farmers that are coming through. And yes, we may not say, you know, NFYFC all the time, but those in the know will know, hang on a minute, oh, they're a young farmer here, they're a young farmer there. So it's very important, especially with Countryfile now moving from strength to strength to strength. And what I think is incredibly engaging with the programme is what is the future of British agriculture, and what is the future of the British countryside in general, and all those that have a little connection where they do, and it's inspiring in that way when they see the younger generation doing it, because actually Countryfile now is not aimed at, you know, 60 plus. It's now, the demographic is incredible. I mean, the youngsters that I go and see and talk to, and 10-year-olds, you know, audience that I used to be talking to on Blue Peter, and now suddenly they're watching Countryfile and they're being inspired. And you know, all the time whenever I'm there, I say, well, if you're interested in this, I tell you what, there's this brilliant organisation called NFYFC. Get involved. There's the website. Have a look. And they do. And, you know, we've seen the membership increase, and so, you know, you can't ask for more than that.
What would you say your main challenges have been throughout your time?
Challenges are just trying to get to places and see people and show my support, because yes, you know, I can have conversations with people wherever I go, but the hardest thing has been knocking back all of the connection, all the emails that are coming in saying, will you come and see us, will you come and see us? And that has been the hardest thing for me to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't get out there and see, because I'm so busy. And, you know, I don't want to play the old kind of family card, but I'm sure, you know, all the families out there, you know, will know I've got a 5 and a 3-year-old child, and when I'm not at work, I'm trying to see them, and it gets very difficult. So that, without question, has been the biggest challenge. Okay,
and do you have a standout funny moment as your time as president? You've got kind of One Direction sort of heartthrob.
What would be the? Well, we've done quite a lot of, and I guess it's a filming thing. It's a bit weird, really, but we did. We went out and we did a little meeting there, and we got a lot of young farmers together, and we did welly wagging, and we had this enormous welly wagging machine, and it was hilarious because all the producers and the camera crew came over. So what's going to happen? So basically, we're going to fasten these wellies thing. We're going to release this, and they're going to, and just the general reaction that came in from the general public was just brilliant. And I think for me that was what it was, a surprise of saying, look what these guys do. They could go out there and, you know, take on the world.
You mentioned surprise.
Welly wanging.
Yeah, you mentioned the surprise thing. You can't even go to that. And has anything surprised you with young farmers, how hard they work and things like that? Did you realise that before you took over?
I did. I knew how much of a creative bunch, and, you know, when they set their minds to something, what is possible. And, you know, I've always been impressed by that, and it's continued to impress me. And I think that's why Young Farmers has lasted for so long, because, you know, I was just talking to Paul Christensen, who's going to be the next president, and, you know, when he was a young lad, he was really taken by the passion, and that's what's driven him forward. And he himself is an incredibly passionate man, and that's what Young Farmers is all about, and it's applying that passion in different areas. And the great thing about Young Farmers, and it continues to do, is offer opportunity. And so whatever your passion is, there is actually an avenue for you to go down, and it will carry you on in whatever journey in life you want to take, and it's a brilliant start.
Yeah, and do you have a message that you can send directly to young farmers as you bow out now?
It would be that, do you know what, there's amongst, what would I say? Well, there's 100 things you could say, but I think it is that passion, and it is that thing and that commitment of saying, you know what, I'm going to give everything I possibly can to these opportunities that young farmers are offering me, and I'm going to run with it, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to see what happens, because there is that support there. And you know what, you can make mistakes, you can do all of that, that's fine, you've got to go through that in order to succeed. You only learn by your mistakes, and I think Young Farmers is a brilliant support group to do that, and I think it just ticks all the boxes as you go through life. And you know, it's evolved with time, and it's moved with the times, and I think it's a very exciting time for young farmers that you know, individuals can just go now.
Yeah. And what's next for Matt Baker?
Next for me is, do you know what, this is the thing with me, I never know what life's going to bring, and I try not to look around the corner too much. You know, I'll just keep going, and when, again, it's like young farmers, you know, when opportunities arise, I'll look at them and I'll think, yes, I'll take that one and I'll go with it. So at the moment, I'm just going to kind of keep going with Countryfile, you know, that's going from strength to strength. The one show as well I'm going to stick in with for a little while longer, who knows, and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty busy.